discovered something about the lore of DW. Let's look at these two photos. Okay, now let's focus on the first one. This picture was taken near the railway. A bunch of footprints and a text saying, "Find me." Let's focus on the footprints. Now this may be footprints of a toon, but you see it's too big for it to be a toon's footprints, so it must be footprints of a human. Now here's a picture of Delilah. Notice anything off? Her shoes are covered with ichor, so it was her who possibly put that text there. Before you say what about Arthur? Arthur does not have ichor on his shoes. Now let's keep Arthur aside for a minute and check the other picture. Again, there's a text that says "Find me" and a syringe drawing. Now you might see the drawing of a syringe having no significance. But you see, syringes are used to put liquids into someone. A toon, if you will. And I think the syringe had to have some ichor. Now you see, why would it be filled with ichor? Delilah and Arthur made the toons. Looking forward, it seems like Delilah is wearing a scientist outfit. Maybe she was the one who made most of the toons. Now if you're a scientist that made inanimate objects into living creatures, of course you're bound to experiment on them. This is where Twisted Pebble comes in. Notice how he's the only Twisted without ichor splatters? It's because he was probably the first toon to be experimented on. Delilah probably injected ichor or something into him that made him aggressive. And also, since he's probably the first to become a Twisted, the second might be Toodles. You see, to complete the requirements of Pebble, you need to complete Toodles' mastery. But why? You may be saying, it's because Toodles loves dogs. Look at her trinket. That may be the case, but look at her Twisted. A huge crack on the tippy top of her head. Twisted Pebble has big teeth, so since Twisted Pebble is quite rather tall and Toodles is short, he probably bit the top of her head, turning her into a Twisted. I know I said on my last theory video that toons get turned into a Twisted by high emotions. But as I mentioned earlier, Delilah probably injected ichor in Pebble, making him aggressive. And seeing as Toodles is also aggressive, it probably means whatever Pebble got, Toodles also has it now.